and to nobody else. Because of me.
School bus.
Yes, Papa.
Work to do.
All rise. Oh yes, oh yes, oh yes. The Honorable Court of Fulham County is now in session. The Honorable Judge Manning, Judge presiding. Be seated.
Did you hear anything from Jacob?
No.
I was hoping to get in touch with you.
I'm going to let the prosecution amended the charge of aiding and assisting Stan. You better have some strong evidence to back it up with. You ready?
Yes, Your Honor. If it pleases the court, I'd like to add one or two things to my opening statement.
I want to get this trial over with today.
I'll try to be brief.
And to the point.
So, somebody died. We can't divorce the deed from the history of harassment of the Amish, excused as high spirits, kids' pranks. Everybody does it. It's violence. And it's condoned against a group of people because they're different. Won't strike back. And for that, we all have to share the guilt.
Are you putting us all on trial, Jim?
Almost as disturbing as the baby's dying is the action afterwards. We've got people in this community who say, we've got to protect our own. We've got to protect the good name of our town. In a situation where at the very least, perhaps, it wasn't contempt that they showed by what they did, but it certainly was a heinous disregard for human life and a lack of concern or caring about the tolerance of people who are different. Now, let's look at the victims, the Amish. Those who were not tolerated have shown the most tolerance of all. If we had their tolerance, then this whole incident never would have happened in the first place. Now, the defendants. The defendants are just kids from our county. I mean, they're from around here. They shouldn't go to jail. They're not criminals. But if you say that, why lock anybody up?
Objection!
Now, no matter what happens here, no matter what the verdict, for the rest of my life, I'll be asking myself, does this crime mean that a human life just isn't worth what it used to be? And if that's so, well, that's the greatest crime of all. You see, there's a principle here. There's a very important principle. It's something a teacher of mine in law school once told us. He said, if there isn't justice for everyone in the community, then soon there will be no justice for anyone in the community.
Jim, are you through? Your Honor, I request that everything the prosecutor just said be stricken from the record as tendentious and improperly prejudicial to my client.
So ordered.
Are you going to
that he start presenting some evidence, if he's got any.
Order! Order in the court! Order! Order! Mr. Bailiff, seat these people.
I don't believe it. I see it, but I don't believe it. How'd you do it? I don't know. I don't know. I don't care. They're coming in. They're coming in.
Mr. Schuler! Mr. Schuler! Get out of here!
Hi, Rachel.
Do you have to go in there now?
No, not right away. Thank you. I know the price you're paying. It was Rachel. She wanted it so.
She won't have to talk long, will she?
I'll do my best. Don't think I don't know the price you are paying.
We've been waiting on you, Jim.
Yes, Your Honor.
Your Honor,
Mr. Baxter.
once again the prosecution has staged 11th hour surprise. Introduction of new witnesses, bereaved family. Under the circumstances, I think that it is in the best interests of the defendants, indeed of all concerned, that we not go through the agony of a trial. It is the desire of the defendants to withdraw their plea of not guilty and to enter a plea of guilty to the charge as specified by the prosecutor of aiding and assisting in reckless homicide.
Any objections, Mr. Sandler?
No, Your Honor.
Okay. Sentencing will be 10 days from today at 1:30 p.m. In view of this change of plea, services jurors will no longer be needed. I want to personally thank each of you for your attention. Bailiff, escort these fine folks back to jury. Mr. Bailiff, close court.
All rise. This honorable court of Fulham County now stands adjourned. God save the state and this honorable court.
What kind of minutes are you going to take?
Well, I didn't think you stood a prayer in hell of getting them to come in here, let alone win it. But shows you how much I know. Way to go. Thanks.
Teddy Johnson and Roy Bowman also changed their pleas to guilty. All 4 defendants were fined and sentenced to from 3 to 5 years. All 4 sentences were suspended. The election for county prosecutor was held a few months later. Jim Sandler was nominated and won. As for the claping, There has not been an incident of claping reported in Fulham County since Jim Sandler brought the case of Esther Schuler to trial.